Hello! Hello everybody on Twitch, if things are working properly. Hello, hello. Welcome! as I adjust things and bump my mic because I don't have an intro screen. I just start right into things. Welcome to Tetris Effect. Welcome, welcome. I wanted my streams to be a bit more relaxing. Because honestly, I've been having a lot of stress in my life. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm just gonna play Tetris. Tetris is very relaxing for me. And this game is designed to be relaxing if you want it to be. Today I want it to be, so. We're gonna do a brand new journey. Even though I played this game a fair amount. I'm just gonna do a brand new journey. Hello! Hello, Rosa. Good to see the chat working. Good to see you in chat. I made the title "Hearing Voices and Playing with Blocks." It's because there's gonna be songs. There's gonna be those kind of voices, but I'm also reading your words. I've managed to beat the game, but I didn't get good scores, so I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna start from the very beginning on normal mode, and then we're gonna work our way through the game again, basically. Because then we can just enjoy all the levels together. Oh, it's such a neat idea that it makes noise when you move, makes noise when you rotate, different noises. It's fun. All right. And then I'm gonna swap pieces. So I'll do an L here. Zigzag boy. Another L. I have played Tetris a lot. As a kid. I always think of the Game Boy version of Tetris. Because I just spent so much time with the Game Boy version of Tetris. I also think of the Nintendo version of Tetris when I think of Tetris, but not nearly as much. Because, well, I mean, there was just so many family trips. And all I had was that Game Boy. And just a select number of games, and one of them, quite possibly the best of all my Game Boy games, was Tetris. And in that Tetris, you couldn't swap pieces. You could rotate two different directions, but you couldn't swap pieces. So right now I'm having a pretty relaxed time with things because I managed to beat this game in expert mode. I just managed to beat this game in expert mode very, very recently, so this is just super chill. Well, except for that. Oh, there's the voices. Except for my sweater is super itchy right now for some reason. My back. I have a very, very strong itch on my left shoulder blade. I'm tempted to deal with that. Actually, yeah, maybe I can. Oh, thank you, Rosie. Yeah. Oh, I got Rosa around to help me out. Hey, bub. Good to see you. Yellow yourself. Or yellow to you too. Thank you. Good to see you. Good to see you so fast, so quickly into the stream. I don't know if this stream's gonna get. This is probably gonna get hit for copyright stuff, where they're gonna be like, we're gonna take away advertise. We're not gonna let you have any advertising money on YouTube. Whenever the VOD goes up, I'm wondering. Also, how's the audio? We're all connected, you know. Us and the fish and whatnot. Ender Fighter, good to see you. I guess I don't really have Twitch bots set up the way that other people do or something. There's a lot of work I need to do on my Twitch side of things. But, yeah. Thank you for the followage. And, all that stuff. Like, a chat bot, like, most people have a chat bot for, like, for lurking. Oh, yeah. Rosa's dealing with a sound issue right now. She's trying to figure out something, I mean, a sound issue for her stream, specifically. How to isolate. She wants to be able to listen to music, but she wants to be able to listen to copyright music, but play non-copyright music. So, like, she wants to, because, yeah, copyright music is kind of an issue on like, Twitch and stuff. I don't know. We're kind of testing the waters with this one. The nice thing is they just give you a slap on the wrist these days for, as long as you don't, like, blatantly steal content, if you just play copyright music with a game, all they do is just take away the revenue. They force you to play ads, but then they don't give you the money. They're like, we're giving this to the people who really deserve it. The music artists. Well, welcome back. Welcome back, Ender Fighter. It's always good to have people coming in and out. That's not an unusual thing, but I recognize the name. Yeah, welcome back. Yeah. Good to see you again. So I'm feeling pretty comfortable at this difficulty, but it's gonna change. It is gonna change. Oh, I've got, my max meter full. The thing is, I'm not good at building up for a Tetris, because I don't like to be stuck waiting for a line. But I'm gonna try to build up for a Tetris. Let's see if we can make a Tetris situation happen, because, I mean, that's the name of the game. I'm mostly good at I'm happy if I survive. And Big Boppers! Good to see you, Big Boppers! Welcome to the chill Tetris stream. I just used one. Wait, is this gonna be a Tetris? Yeah, if I stick a line in there, I did a Tetris. Cool, I did myself a Tetris. I'm usually just happy to be living, you know what I mean? This is not, whoops, not making mistakes, so you're not gonna see me. You're gonna see decent gameplay out of me, but what you're not gonna see is a lot of Tetrises. I really wish I was better about intentionally doing the Tetris. Which is the name of the game, though. It's like, that's the name of the game. You gotta get the Tetris. If you're not getting the Tetris, what are you doing? You're not gonna get the high score. You're not gonna win PvP. Well, okay, so I'm using the special ability. I usually mess up when I use the special ability. When we're using the special ability, it gets extra trippy. This one, it shoots triangles. It's shooting triangles everywhere. It's like that guy from Dragon Ball that shoots the triangles. It's like Koopa Troopa with the triangles, trying to kill Mario. That's what it is. That's a Tetris. Hey, we did a Tetris. I did myself a Tetris. You did a Tetris. Look at that. Now we're getting songs. Alright, I gotta try to peek over at the chat more. Yeah, I slept better too. It's good that we, it is like... Wait, we're also trying to take down Sans. It is like fighting Sans. If that's something that happens, I would love to see that. I do need to... That's right, I do need to play... I'm in a better mood these days. I should be playing the, not Undertale. What do you call it? Deltarune. Or no, that's not Deltarune, it is... Wait, yeah. Yeah, it is Deltarune, isn't it? Yeah. Or is it, like, now called... Yeah, it's not Undertale 2 or something. It's Deltarune, yeah. That they just released. Well, the demo for it, that's right. It's not fully out. People would be going nuts if it was fully out. But yeah. The new demo, that's different from the other demo that I played previously. You got it. Yeah. Yeah, I was saving that for when I'm in a particularly good mood and everything's working good in my life and whatnot. I feel like I'm pretty much there after playing this. And just, getting this whole switch to Twitch fully. Whoops! Oh, I did an accidental drop. I have a very sensitive D-pad, and if I press up, I do the insta. Sometimes I accidentally insta-drop, and I don't mean to. And, I've ended runs. I've accidentally ended runs by accidentally doing a drop, but that's okay. We can recover. I'm messing up a lot here. I need to pull it together. I need to focus a little bit. Okay, I'm digging myself out of this situation I've gotten myself into. I like the change in themes. Alright, I just need to do... How many more? Like 20-something more lines? 24 more lines? Okay, that's not great. Alright, I'm overthinking things now. I just need to pull it together. Okay. Alright, we got ladies yelling. Hearing the voices. I'm going crazy! Alright. I'm just forgetting my basics. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now I got breathing room. That's better, that's better. Okay, I'm feeling better. Sometimes you can just kind of choke when you have a piece in your hands. It's like, wait, what do I do with this? Where am I gonna put this? I don't know. Just occasionally. Oh, the voices are saying things I do not understand. Oh yeah, if I don't know what I'm doing, I can always just pull the switch out. I can always just switch things. I played the original Assassin's Creed. Whoops! I didn't mean to put that one up there. I played the original Assassin's Creed. And, I played Assassin's Creed 3, was it? Where you're playing the Native American guy. I played that one. Oh, and I played Black Flag a little. Or no, I played Black Flag a decent amount. That's right. I got to, I think I was sharing an account with my brother, basically, but I remember fighting one of the ghost ships. I remember playing, Black Flag and fighting that ship that rams you. The giant ship that rams you in Black Flag. I don't officially own a copy of it, but I think this was back when my brother and I lived together, so I could just use his situation, as it were. Things are different now. But, yeah. And you know... Yeah, they definitely... That's why I like this game. That's why I'm playing this one, Aaron. And good to see you. Very good to see you again. They didn't really change... They didn't do anything weird to Tetris other than just... Yeesh! Whoops! I messed up that line so bad! They didn't really do too much crazy to Tetris except for, make it look pretty. Oh, good, that was right at the end. Okay, cool. I got a B. That was still only a B? I got through all the stages without dying, and I made 2 or 3... I made like 3 Tetrises. I'm kind of surprised that was a B. Oh, and it just keeps going with the same setup. Oh boy, okay. Well, my struggle is not over. I thought that I would be given a... I thought I'd be given a clean slate there. Oops. Oh, okay, well, that's okay. We can just shove this brick in here. Don't panic. For some reason, I thought at the end of the series of stages, you got a clean slate. I thought that's how it worked. It was like 3 stages and... This is like a special endurance situation. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. I can just dig myself out of this situation. I love how... I mentioned it earlier, but I love how the music goes with... Whenever I'm turn a piece or move a piece, the music reacts. And I like that. Like, if you know what I mean. Alright, we're digging our way out. We're digging our way out. I got myself in a hole. See, I'm just trying to make things dramatic, that's all. You know, where you're like, you're thinking, is he gonna lose? And then, you know, you just dig my way out of it. And it's gonna be beautiful, because I'm not even gonna use this stupid L. I'm gonna use the real line to get us a Tetris. In fact, let's go into super mode. No, wait. Oh no, I switched! Hang on. Give me the line back. Alright, go into, like, special mode. Tetris! Oh, that's satisfying that I have survived, and now I have received myself a Tetris. I've earned myself a Tetris. Look at all that. Look at all that white zone. Okay, this is one crazy thing they did do, is like this special mode. Whoa! I'm not used to it going pure whites. that is very... Whoa, I almost dropped and messed up there. I did a double drop by accident. Okay, well, still, Octorus. See that you got your jellyfish, and you got your Octorus, which is like an octopus, but it's the Tetris version of it. Yeah, that was some pretty blinding light. Oh, there's a seizure warning that goes with this game with the bright, flashy lights and whatnot. So seizure warning, everybody, if you are prone to these sort of things because of bright lights, be aware that this does do that. I think it was up at the beginning when I started the stream, but if I accidentally cut it off, I'm going to make sure to say it loud and proud. This game comes with a seizure warning. Yeah. When you're looking at the bright, flashy, white, pure light, and then it goes to dark and whatnot. Alright, we're almost back down to the bottom. We're still only on speed level 1, so... I mean, I should be okay, but... sometimes when you just play this game long enough, you just make a button mistake. Sometimes I just fat finger things. Like, most of my deaths are just me fat fingering it. Like me just not placing where I want to put it. Oh, sorry to hear that. Yeah. There has been... because of the... I mean, if you're talking about the pandemic, which I'm fine with talking about, because I don't have to worry about, like... I don't know. I'm not worried about the YouTube algorithm or whatever, but like, although at one point you had to worry about that kind of stuff more. Yeah, we've all known people that just about everyone I know has lost people from the pandemic, and unfortunately some of it is unnecessary, and yeah. There's just... I just hope things get better. That's all I can really say. Because I hope things get better. And then we all just have to do everything we can. Kind of pull together and whatnot. Oh, cancer. Yeah. That's bad too. That's really bad. Yeah. Thank you. Pardon my assumption. Yeah. Because that is equally bad. So, yeah, I feel for your loss. And hey, Bard Bun. Ah, cool. Yeah, I have had a yearning to do more classical games. I have been thinking about that. How I haven't been doing my classical games recently, because I've been doing a lot of Keymailer games and new games and stuff, and games from Steam that I bought and whatnot. And that's been great, but yeah. An occasional PS1, an occasional Nintendo game, or a Super Nintendo game. That's just part of who I am. So, I appreciate you saying that, Bard Bun. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, loss is definitely a difficult thing to go through. So it helps to know you're not alone. RPG anime. Ah, okay, good. Okay, cool. I know it precisely. Yeah, you come to... Well, Carnage Heart. Particularly, I remember you being a big fan of Carnage Heart, and I received... I feel bad for having not played it yet. I received a email from my brother with a memory card of a robot for Carnage Heart that I'm sure can probably just destroy anything I have ever created, even though he said he built it with default technology. Because he's a programmer. He's a real programmer. And I'm not, so... I assure you, though, it's out of laziness that I haven't made that episode, and not intimidation. But yeah, sure, there is intimidation too, because I'm sure it's a good one. I'm sure what he has made. God, there was this whoops! Oh, that wasn't supposed to go there. Okay. God, there was this game. There was this Sega CD game. Oh, I'm forgetting what it was called. But it was a Sega CD fighting game, like Mortal Kombat, with robots. And there was a mode that allowed you to program the AI of a fighter in the game. And my brother took one of the better robots that the game allowed you to program. Or took one of the robots. And just made a devilishly powerful AI that could just beat me 95% of the time. Oh, I like the music of the stage. Like the bells. Bells and bubbles. Yeah. What was that called? Like black... So like Black Hole... I want to think it was like Black Hole Assault or something. Black Hole something or other. God, there's another one. There's a couple Sega CD games I wouldn't mind doing, like, It's really stupid, but there's a game called Tomcat Alley that has, like, these, like, well, just imagine cutscenes, Sega CD, like, live-action cutscenes, and they're just kind of funny, just, because it doesn't have the best acting. I mean, it's not the best game, but it's just a Sega CD game I had. Alright, at speed 5, I have trouble looking over at the comments without getting myself into a certain degree of trouble. The game Detroit? You mean Detroit Stay Human? Or no? Wait. Ender Fighter says, I underestimated the game Detroit. It was actually one of the best games I've seen. You mean Detroit Stay Human, because I did enjoy that one. Although I haven't played that one for the channel. I've watched the Grumps. I watched the Grumps play that. Yeah, Detroit Become Human. Totally. I really enjoyed. I couldn't help but watch the Grumps. I think I might have watched one other person play that. It's a very watchable game. It's one of those ones that's... It has tons of branches. I like the idea of, like, a game being a story as long as it has tons of branches, because that creates replayability. Like, there was those other games that were story-based. The ones where lots of the characters could die. Basically, you could get all the characters killed, but it was story-based. It's a series of games where there's, like, a librarian kind of British guy talking to you. Well, you went and got your good job keeping your people alive. Oh no, you would, or he'll tell you like, oh no, you got your people killed. That's kind of sad, isn't it? Or whatever. I haven't played it for the channel, but you know the ones I'm talking about. Like, there's been 3 or 4 of them at this point that are kind of neat, because like, it's kind of like Game of Thrones, where all the characters can die, basically, if you screw it up. And, well, like, I'm not usually crazy about games with, like, QTEs. They're one of those games with, like, a bunch of QTEs. Like, quick time events. But, like, which I'm not usually a fan of, but when all the characters can die as a result of them, that's kind of interesting. Yeah. Well, you went and got all your people killed. Shouldn't have done that. maybe you shouldn't have done that. It's basically what he does. Oh, I watched the new Matrix film, and I really... Like, people have mixed opinions about the new Matrix film. I loved the new Matrix film, because he breaks the fourth wall like crazy. Yeah, those pretend horror ones. You got it. Like, on one of them, they're, like, on a ship, and they're, like, there's, like, gas that's making them go insane and think people are not, like... Well, like, it's like insanity gas, where people just go insane because of the gas. And the other one of the other games, it's like, there's actually vampires. But yeah, two of them, it's like... Two of the games, the people in them were just crazy. But in the next game, they decided... well, there was 3 games, and they were all... People are just crazy, and you should be careful with violence. But then they finally decided, you know what? People are gonna assume that whatever is a threat isn't real, so they finally had a game where it's just vampires. The most recent game was just vampires. It's like, people are just gonna assume whatever we throw at them isn't real. We need to actually throw a real threat. You know what? Just vampires. Yeah. Those are kind of games that I would love to play with someone when they're on discount. I don't think I would want to buy those games full price. But I end up, like, watching people play them. But there's a lot of branches, like, because of the way people can die and whatnot, that it makes it kind of interesting. Not as interesting as Detroit Stay Human, because there's just... Detroit Stay Human just has so many more branches. And when a game is just that big, or it just has that much effort put into it, just like Hades, it's just, there's just so much effort put into it that you can't help but say, which is one I've played a lot, and I haven't, another one I haven't streamed. I just have played a lot, and I have truly enjoyed it. I misjudged. Oh, we're getting up to speed 5. There's chancing, they increased the speed on me. I misjudged Hades. I judged... Hades was a book I judged by its cover because I looked at it and it's like, oh, this is a game that has like a Diablo-looking perspective. It's probably going to be like a Diablo kind of a game. Or some sort of other... And I saw like roguelite, and it's like, I don't know. For some reason, I just didn't believe the positive reviews. Just because, like, I don't know, sometimes I can't always trust, like, overwhelmingly positive Steam reviews just because of a few outliers, but Hades was the wrong one to look at that way. Hades is good. I had a great time with Hades. We're up to speed 9 suddenly. When the chanting gets serious, this one gets serious. I gotta get a bit more focused. 1 a.m. Yeah, have a good night. Have a good night, Ender Fighter. Thanks for dropping by. I really appreciate it. I'm in a line situation. I need a line now. I mean, I don't really need a line. I guess I could do an L. I wanted to get a Tetris. Oh, there's the line. Okay. A little bit late. Alright, well, here it is. Not quite a Tetris. Very close to a Tetris. Haha. Wait. I guess that works. It's not exactly elegant, that solution there. I wonder how this is going to go on YouTube. I really hope all this music is not copyrighted on YouTube. That would be a really pleasant surprise. We're testing the waters to see if any copyright bells or whistles go off. Because some games are classy, where they look ahead and they realize that people are going to be streaming the game, so they should clear everything out, but I don't know, it's kind of disappointing. Eventually, things get copyrighted, though. Like, just recently, my Overcooked videos got copyrighted. Because somebody copyrighted those musics. And it's a shame, because they were not copyrighted before. Like, just copyright trolls. Eventually, things get copyrighted, and it just gets worse and worse slowly on YouTube. But whatever, I mean, you know, it's a minefield, and you just gotta learn to walk around it. I apologize, this noise is pretty loud, isn't it? Yeah, me too. Now, wait. I'm looking back. So, yeah, I should check out that Matrix game demo. Yeah, wait. Yeah, the Iraqi war. For some reason I was reading that because you said, or wait. Or no. Or no, is it, where there was like, oh no, I haven't looked at that. I was thinking of Akari Warriors. I'm not sure. I got confused. You know the Nintendo game Akari Warriors? I really liked that one, but that's not new, that's old. Like, did they remake Akari Warriors? The original. It was like, it was a mindless shooting game. It's completely different. I'm reading your chat wrong. It's a new game. I guess I just have not. I guess I'll check that out. It's not Akari Warriors for Nintendo. It's for NES. What I really liked about that one was you could, it was a slow-paced, like, Nintendo top-down shooting game, but it was one of those games where you could find a tank. Like, an enemy could be using a tank on you and you could steal it from them. Or if the enemy was using a helicopter, you could steal the helicopter. Oh. PewDiePie got copyright claimed by a company for his own music. Wait, it's whose? Wait, whose last game? But well, what song did PewDiePie get copyrighted for? Was it? You know, the famous one is that bitch lasagna song he made. Oh, we got to the different part of the song where it's like, I like the themes. Like, this is a sand theme. I guess he had other musics, but that's the one that, like, he got a bunch of people to sing for whatever reason. Because of that whole... Might have well been that one, yeah. Because, yeah, he got tons of people to subscribe to him because of the whole, like, T-Series thing. Like, there's a corporation that's gonna have more people than me, so you gotta subscribe to me. Which... I don't know. I feel like there's a nuance in that message that kinda got lost. Like, corporations... Yeah, we don't want corporations to take over YouTube. But that doesn't mean we have to pin all our hopes on one individual. It's like, the campaign should have been subscribed to individuals versus corporations. In general. But, you know, they don't want that. People don't want it. Corporations don't want that message out there. Yeah, I'm allowed to copyright claim things. Like, people, the YouTube systems brought a lot of videos to me, basically. And it's just because my videos are old. So if I wanted to be a troll about certain videos of certain old games, because I'm like one of the first people who posted it or whatever, YouTube would be like, okay, go ahead. Until, like, they realize, like, hey, these are video games. Yes, they're video games, but I was the one who posted it first. Copyright those people. Copyright claim all those people that have particularly, like, okay, so, like, cutscenes. Cutscenes in video games come up 100% identical. Yeah, the background animations are 100% random. It's just different themes. It's like, well, it's like the sand in the desert and the sand on the moon, because it's sandy, dusty on the moon. It's moon sands now, and that astronaut, that astronaut is dead at the wheel. That's why he's going in circles. He's passed out. he's long. You might think, why circles? But it's just his amount of oxygen was far less than the amount of energy that rover had. Now see, now we're underwater, and we're swimming very fast with these dolphins. And they're clicking on us because they like what we're doing with the blocks. They're really into Tetris. I think they'd click a lot more if we got a real Tetris. I'm gonna try to save up for a real Tetris. So I want to try to not fill in a line, which is, it's hard for me. It's hard for me to get the actual Tetrises. Yeah, exactly. They're trying to distract me. Trying to lure me into trying to do a Tetris instead of just surviving. But the dolphins, they desire the Tetris. And then they're gonna click. They're gonna make such a clicky noise. Oh, there it is. Okay, now we just need a line. Yeah, but whenever you need a line, you just do not get one. I hate... There it is! Alright, I'm gonna turn on the super mode. Oh wait, the dolphins don't click when I'm in super mode. Aw. I wanted to hear the dolphins, though. Alright, well, they appreciate what we're doing. Oh no, it's gone all white. What do you... Oh, the dolphins really... They really gurgled for that. I think the dolphins are getting murdered. It's killing them. Dodecatrix. Wow. I got an achievement for that. That's my first Dodecatrix. Now we're in a rave. What do you mean I only got 4 lines? That was a Dodecatrix. Alright, now we're up to 7. I like how it's chill and then it intensifies. Yes, that's what it's all about. It's about murdering the dolphins. It's a conflict. The dolphins are trying to stop the Tetris. But they're being pursued. they're fighting. They're fighting this. But we're like the modernization. I don't know, no, I don't like that. I'm just trying to find a random explanation. There's more of them now. They're ganging up. They're shooting bubbles at me. That's why it's getting harder for me. It's the conflict. Oh yeah, it's because of the fishes earlier, yeah. Well, whoops. Oh, I didn't mean to put that there. Okay, that's a mistake. The jellyfish tried to stop us earlier. But with all their singing, they failed. All their singing couldn't save them. But the dolphins, they're blowing bubbles at us. That's much more effective. Super effective. Oh, they're teaming up with the seagulls. They're jumping at us. Every time we get a Tetris, we deprive them a bit more of their precious environment. We're closer to defeating them than ever. Yeah. Don't forget your towel. Don't forget your towel. I do like that character. Towely. I like that character because there is a line where the creators of the show admit he's like one of their stupidest characters. You're the dumbest character ever. Like I like fourth wall breaks, and the new The new Matrix film just has tons. It has tons of fourth wall breaks throughout. Oh, we defeated the dolphins, now it's the city. We paved it over. We paved over paradise, and now it's a city. See, the dolphins are dead. Mankind has moved in. We're shooting laser beams of light everywhere, and there's pianos playing. See, this is what happens. This is what happens. The dolphins tried to stop Tetris, but now Tetris has built... has progressed. progressed things to the point where there are no more dolphins. There's no more sea life. There's no more nature anymore. It's just a guy mashing on piano keys, trying to learn how to play the piano. Yeah, I watched the new Matrix film and I really enjoyed it. Not everyone likes the new Matrix film, and I can understand why. But I think the new Matrix film is hilarious. And I like films that make me think and make me laugh. And just a lot of the new Matrix film is the director or the makers of the film or the writers just talking to you about their opinions of like what they're talking about the audience's expectations. They're like showing you what their thoughts are in the writers' room. They basically reveal it at one point, like talking about okay, so okay, there's gonna be a few spoilers for the movie if you haven't watched it yet, but Keanu Reeves works for a gaming studio, and they talk about Warner Brothers like asking for a sequel, like making the fourth Matrix film. They actually talk about it, and they sit around in a room and talk about making something better than bullet time. And then later in the film, that's like exactly what happens. Basically, like they like the new film is constantly comparing itself to the old films. And at one point, like at so many points, there's just characters just talking about the new films and the previous films, and just completely breaking the fourth wall, and it's just so silly and ridiculous. The film kind of makes fun of itself and the previous films, and I appreciate that from a comical perspective. It made me laugh a lot. But it made me feel like they were listening, basically, without spoiling too much. It did make me feel like they listened to people and their opinions about the old films and their expectations for the new films, and made a film accordingly. And not in a bad way, not in a formulaic way, but in a... Okay, most films I don't think are exciting from an artistic perspective, but it feels like the directors of the film just got to have fun with this one. Compared to... The bar is pretty low. I have to admit, the bar is pretty low. It's superhero films and junk, you know? For American cinema. We're a long way away from... like, our films being interesting from an artistic nature. And so, to me, this latest Matrix film was entertaining from a creative standpoint, that it was just not what I expected at all. It is definitely not anything like the previous Matrix films. And I like it when films defy my expectations. And honestly, my expectations for the new Matrix films, but the new Matrix film was very low. So I came into the theater with low expectations, and that did help my opinion of the Matrix, the new Matrix. But it did impress me, I must admit. So I guess overall, I think the film is better than the second two Matrix films. It's not better than the first Matrix film. The original Matrix film was great. I think the original Matrix film was awesome. He goes off at the end, flying away, and then credits, and you think, wow, what awesome, amazing things is Neo gonna do? Surely he's not gonna forget everything he knows and hit the reset button on his abilities at the beginning of the next film, and he does. But that's the thing, it's like it's always a reset button, to a certain extent. And basically they kind of acknowledge that in the film. Like, there's so many things they acknowledge that it pleased me that they acknowledge about their own process. I just like, it's really interesting because it felt like I was really looking under the hood of how they made the Matrix films. And normally a film just doesn't do that. That's like not a rule you break. They just break a lot of rules. And I like that. Just break the rules. Why are these rules? And it's fun. It's fun from... yeah. I wish more films were taking more risks. Like, I feel like the film took a lot of risks. There is one scene that I bet is going to be highly controversial, though. There is one scene that I can think of that is, it was uncomfortable. There's one scene that's very uncomfortable in the middle of a heavy action sequence. Yeah. Yeah, Undertale was so creative. I like creativity, really. So anyways, there's this chase scene, and there's these tall buildings, and I don't want to spoil things, but there's going to be, I'm going to try to make the spoiler as small as possible, but what made me uncomfortable, hey, Dread Gecko, oh, I think my volume is more sensitive than usual. Hang on, 1 second. I usually have a mic lock. I feel like my mic is hotter than it should be. Is this making it better? All right, anyways. I don't want to register rankings. What happened? What did I click? Okay, yeah. Okay, you're muting the spoiler? Okay. Yeah, the mic was a little spicy there. Yeah, maybe I should just turn it down just a hair. Anyways. So the spoiler. Here's the Matrix spoiler. People were jumping out of... There's all these bots that attack them like agents. They jumped out of these tall towers and dove on the cars. Just like imagine bots. All these people turned into bots and started suicide bombing out of windows, but just with their bodies. Like there was these tall office buildings. Not quite. I'll make it quick. Tall office buildings. Then the people throw their bodies out of the windows and hit the ground and splat. and they're trying to hit the car. They're trying to dive out the windows and hit the cars. And it's insane. And it has to deal with suicide, basically. It's like office building suicide, and that's what's uncomfortable. That's the uncomfortable moment. Okay, done. Yeah. Spoiler over. We're good. Okay, I think clicking outside the screen might have messed with my... No, okay, good. My situation's still good. Okay, preserved. Spoiler over. Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh. X-Morph Defense. I do not know that one, but I'll check it out. Yeah, I like tower defense games. They're fun. I've enjoyed tower defense games since I became familiar with the whole tower defense concept in World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft 3. There's just like so many weird World of Warcraft 3. I wouldn't mind. There's actually some weird old World of Warcraft 3 maps. Or World of Warcraft 3. Warcraft 3, that's it. I said World of Warcraft. There are some old Warcraft 3 maps that I wouldn't mind playing again that were just weird. Like, fully fleshed out RPGs or, like, recreations of arcade games and junk. And weird tower defenses. Ah, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Dread Gecko. I will. Yeah, have a good drive, or drive safe, and get home what do they say? Yeah. Yeah, have a good, drive safe, and thanks for being here, and I'll catch you later. Thanks so much, Tretgecko. I really appreciate it. Good, yeah. Yeah. We're done with the spoiler. Yeah, Dota 1, too. That, although I actually didn't play Dota that much. I had friends that were huge into the original Dota. But there was I remember there was this weird tower defense / RPG. There was a couple of those. There was a bunch of different RPG maps that I had downloaded. But I remember there was one in particular I really liked that had a silly theme. It was like the Defenders of Mayo or something like that, where you were trying to defend a mayonnaise factory. And there was all these creatures that hated mayonnaise and wanted to destroy the factory. Well, for example, like one of the enemies was the Easter Bunny, because of eggs. You know, because the Easter Bunny, chickens and the Easter Bunny like eggs, and they use eggs and mayo, so of course, just random. Everyone in the world who hates mayo is coming to destroy the one factory that makes mayonnaise. And the interesting thing about the game was it was a tower defense, but it was also an RPG at the same time. And it had like a bunch of different characters with different abilities and stuff you could upgrade. There was just certain games that were surprisingly fleshed out. There was another one that was a weird RPG where it was like a really big map to try to create like a semi-open world RPG situation. The biggest map you could get on Warcraft 3. And there was monsters that would respawn. And you could play as an RPG character, or you could also play as a side and try to build up. And there was all these various sides, like RTS style sides that were unique to that particular map. And there was a couple versions of that, and that was interesting too. Because you could just keep leveling up to like over 100 and stuff. It was one of those games that was just designed so you'd play it a lot, so you could sink a lot of time into it. I'm gonna use this ability because I'm having a little trouble right here. I'm not focusing enough. So I'm gonna use bullet time, as it were. You get trumpets on this one. Oh, it always goes white if you do good enough on this mode. Actores. Yeah, editors for games weren't that common back then, so it was a pretty big deal when a game had a really powerful editor. Only certain games, and it was a neat feature. I remember that was one of the reasons why I played Postal, the original Postal, is that it had a really good editor. I remember there was a custom-made editor for, like, Doom levels. Custom Doom levels. But it was, like, third-party. I remember a lot of games back there, a lot of old DOS games, first-person shooters. That's right, I remember playing with a Duke Nukem level editor. The Duke Nukem level editor was really well made. I made some fun custom Duke Nukem levels that were just like, well, fun for me. They were just like, my custom Doom levels or my custom Doom. My custom Duke Nukem levels were mostly just like giants. Imagine a giant room with a crap load of monsters and weapons, and like maybe just a little wall so they don't all shoot you at once from the start, and then you can get out into the giant arena and have fun. But it was just like there never was a Duke Nukem level that had like everything, like 6 of everything, like, you know, the stuff, the kind of like what they call, oh, absolutely, I'll take more coffee. Thank you, Rosa. I don't have that. I don't have that editor anymore. I don't have those files. I wish I had those files still. And that, I mean, I'm sure I could run it through DOSBox. I bet I could track it down. But it took some effort to make those. You know, the editor was, it was really good for back then, but it was still clunky. I remember having to do some research to figure it out. But yeah, basically my stages were like, just like a little area so you don't get murdered. And then like all the enemies in the game and all the weapons in the game. Like the kind of thing that you call a little, I think they would call it a little Timmy level, basically. Because, you know, I was a kid, so that makes sense. Like a little Timmy kind of stage is this kind of stage that like a kid tends to do, where they just throw out all the tools. They just throw out everything. I've got a toy chest and I'm going to empty it out onto the floor. It's just like, but it's great because, you know, you can, if you cheat in Duke Nukem, yeah, the nostalgia of all creations, totally. It was really fun because if you cheat in Duke Nukem, you can go fight the boss. But what you can't do is fight 6 of the final boss. And it was really insanely challenging to fight like a bunch of just like all the enemies in the game and a bunch of the boss. Like, even though I gave out in, you know, you just take like the best weapon in the game, like that crazy Devastator missile launcher, and just be firing that rapid fire, though. if you wanted to make some progress, it was basically like spamming the best weapon in the game because I threw out everything out there. But and hugging Little Timmy is a nice nickname. Yeah, I think it is appropriate. But yeah, well, I remember doing that with a bunch of games. There was another one. I remember there was a RTS game, not RTS, a turn-based game that kind of was XCOM-like, that my brother enjoyed, that had a good editor. I forget what that was called, what the game was called. I don't know. I'm gonna get back to this. Maybe it'll trigger in my mind, because I had the game paused to afford me more time. Thank you for the coffee, Rosa. I love you. I remember it was a game that was beautiful looking. Well, for the time, because it was polygonal. It was kind of like XCOM, but it was solely mission-based. And, I think that's why I didn't like it as much, is that it didn't have... I like the open world freedom and randomness of XCOM, that you don't play the same series of missions. But this game was a series of missions, and that's less interesting. So that's why when I played the game, I almost entirely played with the editor and didn't play the campaign. I only played like the first 2 missions of the campaign of this game. But then I just played with the editor and made my own situations and had so much more fun with it. I remember mostly watching my brother play it. Oh, what was the name of the game? The voice files. The voice files in the game were very funny. I remember I liked that about it. What was it? I can't remember any really good descriptive words of it. Like dominant something? Dominant species? Dominant selection? Dominant... All I know is there was a pistol. There was a pistol in the game called the Double Fire. That was kind of like Judge Dredd's double pistol, where it's like... There was like a... My brother's favorite weapon was this Double Fire pistol. It was like a SMG, but it was basically a double-barreled... A double SMG, a double gun. And it was just... My brother had done the math, and it was just very good mathematically in the game. Even though we've tried to make... Even though in real life we've tried to make guns that are just like basically two guns strapped together. And they don't really work out. But in the game it did. Sci-fi. Yeah, I remember the people kind of looked like they kind of looked like Judge Dredd looked, in that they were wearing like suits that were kind of red and were like covering, like the soldiers didn't really show much. They were kind of faceless soldiers. They didn't really show much of their body because they were just covered in like red kind of stormtrooper kind of ish looking outfits, if you want to call it that. I wish I could figure out, or had a better piece of information. It was a fun game, but there wasn't a lot to it. So the editor for me made that game. I think that one might have been early Windows. Bard Bun. Oops. Yeah, I'm searching my brain right now to try to give... I don't feel like any piece of information I've given is helpful. Except for the double fire pistol, but I think there's like... Or it might have been a submachine gun, the double fire. I think the double fire is like probably the most unique thing I've given, piece of information I've given about the game. But if you look that up, I'm sure there's plenty of other things that'll step in the way before that. Oh, I think it's like a 1990s game. A time frame. I think it's 1990s. I think it's like 95, 97 kind of era. It's a 90s game. Windows... I mean, it could have been DOS, because there's still some DOS games that were made in that area, but I think it was an early Windows, like Windows 95. That could help. If you search like a turn-based game in the 90s, you might be able to find it that way. And then look for what I've described in the double fire or whatever. You might be able to find it. The year helps a lot. I know it was like an early 90s. I know it wasn't 80s, I know it was 90s. It was like that kind of polygon. Like a good early 90s gone. You know. A really early gone. A really early polygon. Like, really, really pointy. You know, like they're just figuring out these guns. They're still just working with guns. It's amazing. It's amazing at all that it's a gun. It's a polygon. So they're pretty sharp. They got pretty sharp features. Like, we're talking like, you know, like how, like Lara Croft had like sharp features that could cut you. It's pretty early guns. You were fighting aliens. I guess that's another key feature, is you were fighting aliens in the game. There was like various skittering creatures, and then like humanoid kind of creatures. They weren't like the kind of aliens, like mutant kind of aliens, not the kind of aliens that are like using technology against you. They're not like technological aliens, like biological horrors. Like aliens kind of aliens. You know what I mean? Like the ones that are gonna bite you and spray acid on you. Or if they're gonna shoot you, it's gonna shoot you with something gooey and unpleasant. Or something biological. Alright. That's what it is. Heard my mic crack just a little bit there. So I guess that's another piece of information about this particular game. Oh, we're up to speed 11 suddenly. All right. I gotta focus now. This is the test. All right, I got a line saved up. I guess I'll use it. I got a special meter if I need it. Let's do one of these Z's. Hold on to that line for a second. Can I jam this in here? It kind of works. Kinda. It's a bit awkward. Oh, Syndicate Wars is great. I love Syndicate Wars. And I would love to play Syndicate Wars and the original Syndicate. I would love to play both of those again, because I love Bullfrog. I love Bullfrog so much. It's just, their games are well made. But no, it wasn't, I'm calling it the test because it's the first time that they, well, it's testing my abilities as a Tetris player, because the speed is 11. It's coming down pretty fast. They don't do it for many lines. I don't have to clear many lines at speed 11, but they're pushing me up to 11. And after it's generally been lower than that up to this point, and it is testing. I'm gonna have to use my special. I'm messing up a bit. I mean, it's not a huge test, but I remember losing a couple times here before when I was practicing off stream. Whoops! Speaking of screwing up and losing, God no! I just did it again. My up button. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! What have I done? I'm gonna have to do so much work to clear that. Oh, that's bad. That is bad. That is not good. There's bad, and then there's this. But you can clear this up. I just gotta build up over it, and then yeah. Okay. We'll get another line. No, I messed you up. Oh. Okay, no, it's okay. Okay, I just need another line. Well, we beat the stage, but I'm still like choked up pretty high. It's gonna carry over. Alright, well, I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. Yeah. Just all those early Bullfrog games are fantastic. You got the Syndicate Wars, and the Dungeon Keeper and Gene Wars, and Theme Hospital, and the theme games. I loved all of those. I played those a ton. And I would always enjoy going back to any of those, basically. What I loved about the original game, Syndicate, is there was a panic button and drugs. There was 3 different drugs. And they took that system away. Like, maybe our game shouldn't be about... Especially because it was like a drug culture. Wow, I just dug myself out of this situation really fast. Impressive. What was I saying? Oh yeah, there was drugs. What I loved about the original Syndicate was there was 3 different drug meters. And there was like a perception drug and a reaction drug and like I don't know, like an accuracy drug or something, or it was like a speed drug. Like a speed drug, an accuracy drug, and I don't know, like a health drug or something. And you could increase or decrease the dosage of those drugs. And then there was a panic button, and the panic button would set all 3 drug meters to full and make your guys shoot at random with all your weapons. If you press both mouse buttons in Syndicate. Oh, and Magic Carpet. I forgot about Magic Carpet. For real. Magic Carpet's the one I want to play next. Magic Carpet is great. Magic Carpet's amazing. That's the one that's chill and relaxing and just... And almost every single one of those games had terrain deformation. Think about it. Modifying the terrain, deforming the terrain, it's still a really cool thing in video games. They were doing it back in DOS days. Dungeon Keeper, you were allowed to dig the walls. Not very big terrain deformation, but it's something. Gene Wars. In the game Gene Wars, I made a hole so deep that it locked up the game. And in Syndicate Wars, I did the exact same thing. I made a hole so deep, it crashed the game. The exact same thing. Or a mountain so big. You can make a hole so deep or a mountain so deep, big, so tall, it'll eventually crash the game. But it takes a while. You just keep going and going. In Gene Wars, you had to manipulate the construction process. Or use a cheat code. There was a cheat code you could use to modify. In fact, I still remember the cheat code word for Gene Wars. It's Salmonax. If you type in the word Salmonax, S-A-L-M-O-N-A-X-E, Salmonax, if you type that in Gene Wars, you can cheat. And then you just press the F keys. Just one of those things I know to this day. To this day, my brother can, my brother has memorized the password for Mega Man 2. In Mega Man 2, you know, in Mega Man 2, the stage with really good music, the Dr. Wily stage, there's this one stage that has really good music. If you know, you'll know what I'm talking about if you like that particular song a bunch. Anyways, my brother liked that song so much, and the only way to play a video game music back in the day was to, you know, use the console to play it. He just memorized the password for that stage and would put it in to listen to the music. And so to this day, he has. If I ask my brother to put in the stage for the Dr. Wily stage, it's the Dr. Wily stage for Mega Man 2. He could put it in, which is this grid. It was like this big grid of things. Just like that, I like to dick around a lot in Gene Wars. And so I've got the cheat code for that game memorized. Salmonax. Just one of those things. That's just proof of about how much I've dicked around in the game Gene Wars. A lot. I liked it. It was a great concept. I remember also the cheat code for, I don't exactly remember what the cheat code was, but I remember one of the really neat things about Theme Hospital was the cheat code for that game was in the cutscenes. Whenever you would get a fax from anyone, whenever you get missions, you go to this fax machine screen. And in that screen, you could press the buttons on the fax machine. And I thought it was just a fun thing to do, was just mess with the buttons, until later I learned that there's a specific code. If you type in a particular phone number on that fax machine, and then hit dial, it'll ring. I think there was a couple. There was a couple secret fax numbers. And if you type them in, you would get different cheats, or different Easter eggs. And I thought that was really neat. Just like how there's a phone in the World of Horror. And there's some sort of secret involving that I haven't figured out. But I know I probably will eventually. But I think that's neat. It just encourages you to click around. There's little bonuses. I like Easter eggs in games. Definitely a great compliment to the game. Yeah. I thought that I love games that you can just mess around with and create your own fun. And those early Bullfrog games were great. They were absolutely wonderful for messing around and being a great sandbox. They worked great for gamers who wanted an objective, but they also worked extremely well for people who just wanted a fun sandbox. And I think that that's wonderful. That, you know, games that just appeal to all types. Yeah, well, there was a phone. Yeah, in the house, there was a phone. And I could press numbers on the phone, and they'd show up at the bottom of the screen. So it really felt like there was a secret. Just like that other... There was some other secret I was talking about that I couldn't find again. Like, even where to input it. But the phone thing I was able to display. The phone thing was there. The phone thing is still there and is a real thing. The other symbol thing I was talking about might have been either it was patched out or I'm crazy. And Cthulhu got me. The Cthulhu madness got me. I swear it's real, the symbols. I told them it was real. To this day, no one believes me. And now I take to the drink. Someday, I see tentacles and symbols everywhere. I swear the secret was real. I lose 2 points of sanity. It's like one of the cutscenes in the game. You swear there was a thing. There wasn't. You swear there was a feature in the game that isn't there. Plus 2% on the Doom on the Doom track. I do have an eye for Easter eggs, I guess. Yeah, I guess I am good at finding bugs in games and hidden secrets. I mean, my parents did tell me as much, basically, because... I mean, yeah, I found that classic bug in, what was it? Some of the classic bugs that are in the... Yeah, Dragon Warriors, or Double Dragon, that's it. I want to call it Dragon Warrior, but that was an RPG. Double Dragon. I found the classic bugs in Double Dragon, but also apparently I found some crazy bugs in the game Mighty Bomb Jack. Bugs that, I don't know, my father and mother swear I was like playing, going around on like the title screen and stuff. Like I had like done some crazy things in that game. I forget that one. I know there was like this weird level select thing, and if you could just keep doing stuff in the level select, you could get some... I remember making some weird things happen in Mighty Bomb Jack, but I don't specifically remember being on the title screen, moving around on the title screen. I remember finding out, like, a bug in the game Rygar as well. Or Rygar or Ragar? Some people call it Ragar, but, like, I remember finding a bunch of game bugs in that game, too, but a bunch of old Nintendo game bugs. I was generally good at finding bugs. So it makes sense I would also be good at finding Easter eggs. Alright, speed 11. I'm gonna have to do a bit better. I'm gonna have to not mess up for a bit here, because I could really screw things up here. I can't be casual right now. In fact, I might want to activate special time mode. Yeah, I'm gonna activate special time mode for my own safety. Because I've been doing everything in a solid run, and I don't wanna lose here. I don't know how to put this. Just like that, alright. Alright, I'm getting it back down. Oh, and we're back to speed 7. Okay, good. Okay, good. Sometimes they just put pressure on you for just a little while, and then they take it back off. Because this is still normal mode. But I'm gonna feel like I've achieved something if I make it all the way through normal mode without losing once, without having to retry. Because normally I got through these games, there's checkpoints. Every 4 stages there's a checkpoint. Or no, I think every stage. I think yeah, you can just continue from every stage. But if I can beat the standard game of Tetris and not have to load game throughout of this, I'll be proud of myself. I'll feel like I've made a good amount of progress. Because it took me a lot of tries to get through it originally, so, like, I'll feel like I've had growth. Because it was just like a week or so. I think I've only had this game for like a week, but I've been playing it a fair amount. But, I've gotten a lot better over this past week, basically. Or maybe it's something like more like 2 weeks. But it hasn't been that long, considering I've been playing Tetris a long time. But I'm not used to playing with the ability to hold pieces. And that does help a lot, that I can switch. I'm taking advantage of that a lot. And also, in this game, you can do a lot of shenanigans with rolling around. If you notice, when the piece is at the bottom, you used to be able to pull some rolling pieces shenanigans. This game lets you pull a lot more piece rolling shenanigans. Like, if I went back to, like, Nintendo or Game Boy Tetris after this, I would feel like a worse player because I'm kind of spoiled by the additional abilities I've been given, if you know what I mean. There'd be an initial shock of like, oh yeah, it's more challenging. It'd feel harder. All right, I'm kind of choking up a bit because sometimes I just make mistakes where you're just gonna lose no matter how slow the game is because I just don't put the right piece in the right place. Oh, this one gets pretty fast. This one gets fast. So I definitely gotta create space. We're gonna need space on this one. Because things are gonna get spicy. Things are gonna get things get spicy on this island, let me tell you. The flames aren't just for show. It's gonna get real spicy. Oh, those drums are coming. They're smacking drums. They're getting ready for the sacrifice. Who do you think they're sacrificing this time? Oh, speed 10. At least I'm ready for it. It's only gonna get worse. The volcano. She's an angry one. The volcano must be pleased. It must be appeased with the blood of a Tetris. Only when the blood of a Tetris has been spilled will Mother Volcano be appeased. Only then will her hot magma stop. I'm gonna slow because I'm messing up all over the place. I'm having too much fun joking about Mother Volcano. So if I don't pull it together, I'm gonna be losing. And I don't care for losing. So I'm using my special. Yeah, Cthulhu, Patan? Some people say Patagon, some people say Patan. Or other things. Patagon. People say it all sorts of ways. Fudge-erific! I think I'm screwed. I think I might be 100% screwed. Let's not give up, though! No! No, oh, I messed up with that line! Oh, we almost went through the whole game. Okay, where did I lose? Where did I lose? I want to see. Oh, damn. We went through like 70% of the game. I had to get through one more thing. I accidentally hit the drop button and I insta-dropped a line on myself. Damn it. I'm also getting really hot.